Hello, everybody. This is Nick Newman with the Conscienticon, where we share practical, spiritual, occult wisdom. So, stick to the end of the video because I'm going to give you a few points that will basically allow you to understand why video games are killing you and how to quit. Okay? Because a lot of learning how to do things involves learning why it's good to do it. You know what I mean? Some people don't actually need a how to or process. What they need is a why. And this is going to break this down how I changed. I pulled so much energy out of my life by quitting video games. Even though I love them, I still do. Video games are a lot of fun. But if you are trying to accomplish something, it is one of the biggest hindrances in your life. And I'll throw some different ideas at you guys that you guys can absorb and meditate on. And it'll help motivate you to change, essentially. So, by the way, any advice or information you take from the Conscienticon, you take at your own risk. Okay, I'm not a professional in any way. I'm just a friend in this community of friends that talk about magic, occult, spirituality, and wisdom. Okay, so I want to thank the patrons as well. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Conscienticon. You guys make these videos possible, and you make them better. And you make future content that I'm going to be producing for free possible of being free. So you really help in a lot of people. And if you listening would like to help people, the first $103 tier patrons will get a video topic or a video made by me on any topic that they wish to explore and wish more people would learn about. So that's a great way to support the community. So let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, back in the day, all I used to do was smoke weed, play video games, and stuff my face. That's all I used to do. However, there's no problem with a life like this. However, there was a problem for me because I wasn't happy doing it. This is a critical question you should ask yourself. Am I happy doing this? As you said, and you do this stuff, as you indulge in these things, ask yourself, am I happy? It's a lot different than saying, this makes me happy. You know what I mean? Overall, are you happy with your life? Okay? Because I wasn't. I would sit there and do it because it was an escape from this harsh reality. This knowledge that I was a slave. I was a wage slave, and to some degree still am. Dependent on income from a 40-hour work week job. This constant cycle of trying to escape that harsh reality. Now I've embraced it. I push into this kind of stuff because I know now I'm in a position where I can quit at any time. It's beautiful. However, it's not conducive for my long-term plan. So it's great to be able to motivate myself to stay on the grind. Okay. So, however, video games did not help me at all. All they did was hurt me. And this is the first major idea is about dopamine detox being a real thing. I've got a video you can watch in this playlist about dopamine detox if you continue on. But what really gets me is this idea of the opponent process theory. That really broke open this idea of dopamine detox because it means that your body wants a state of homeostasis. It doesn't want to be too excited all the time, and it doesn't want to be too depressed all the time. It wants to kind of find a balance between it all the time. And you can modify this, but depending on everybody's homeostatic temperature gauge inside them, based on all the habits that they've ever done in the past, what experiences they've built up and have become numb to, it's different for everyone. But opponent process theory says that, your neurons, when they fire in a certain way, your whole system fires in a certain way long enough, it's going to need rest and a rebound happens. So if you have hormones that make you super excited and happy all the time, there'll be counter hormones that get released in order to numb you or to make you feel actually pain. So being too excited all the time is not a good thing. In fact, the body doesn't the physiological response of your body between being excited about something and being afraid of something are about identical. Different parts of your brain are firing up here, but your physiological response to excitement and fear are about the same. Very spooky thing. So the first thing to understand is this dopamine detox is legit. That's your first tip. It's true. It's not a joke. When you get off of these high octane, exciting things, the rest of your life will become slightly more exciting. Every boring thing you used to do becomes more entertaining when you get rid of that thing in your life that was just like, Call of Duty, I'm killing all these dudes, kill streak, I'm the shit, I'm the man. And then you go back to, I'm pushing carts at work. Like, if you get rid of the high octane, you're like, it changes to where you're like, I'm pushing carts. This is fun. It's weird, but the opponent process theory really hammers it in. Okay. And so, another thing to understand about video games, because we're just trying to understand why it's good to quit. Okay. They're designed to steal your time. Video games are not designed to help you in any way. This is critical to understand. Video games are not designed to help you as an individual in any way. All they're designed to do is to keep you playing as long as possible. The longer you play, you build a habit. The power of this habit it consumes you to the point where when that producer releases another game, you're going to purchase it because over time, your dopaminergic responses to the highs and excitements of the game curves out. This game keeps the game industry alive because as soon as even though they just released like Elden Ring, for example, everybody's playing the shit out of Elden Ring.
I'll have you know I have the reflexes of a cat and the speed of a mongoose. Throw it. I dare ya.
They'll be releasing more content to supplement it, to keep people high, essentially, which pays them. And then as soon as that curves out, they're on to another game. In fact, they're working on the next game already. Already in the works is the next game because they know this. Eventually, people will quit having this same level of a response to the same stimulus. And so what's important is to create a new, exciting adventure for people. But the thing is, it doesn't help you in any way. All it's doing is robbing you. It's robbing your time. Your time. These games are designed to take your time away. And whether they don't design them on purpose to take away the luster of life, but it does rob the luster out of every other moment in your life. That's not a joke. So the next thing, the last point to understand is these games, the feeling of achievement that you get from these games is, after you've played for a while, is nothing like the achievement that you get in real life when you achieve a goal. Nothing. Climbing a mountain in your personal life because you set a goal for yourself. Conquering that goal, there's absolutely no... I'm getting chills thinking about some of the things I've done in the past. There's nothing like conquering stuff. You know, that first time I wrote a book, finishing that book, I'm never the same because now I'm a guy that has written a book. You know, that's not what people go their whole lives without writing at all. And I'm a guy that has written and published a book. You know, I'm a guy that's lost 144 pounds. I mean, that level of achievement, the suffering that I went through to get this stuff, and you don't think you're suffering in video games, that's ridiculous. If you've ever grinded for a level, you've suffered. It's not like as big of a deal as other types of suffering in the world, but it is. They instill it in there so you feel this reward, like I tried for something and I got it. But it's nothing in comparison to actually getting real life achievements, things that you personally decided that you wanted to accomplish and accomplishing them. Because here's why. When the game ends, when the video game ends, those achievements in the game don't matter. But this real life game doesn't end until your lights are out, until you die. So any achievement you make in real life doesn't wash off. It sticks with you. Like I said, I'm the guy that's wrote, several books. I'm a guy who has lost a crazy amount of weight. I'm a guy that's on here helping out people with wisdom that I've learned by sitting and reading some of this stuff pretty dry. And now it's all worth it. These achievements have accumulated. That is really, really the number one reason you shouldn't play video games. This is Nick Newman with ConscientCon. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, go ahead and check out more of our videos in this playlist. Thank you guys very much.